Not only is it your home race, your teammates' home race, and the team's home race, it's also the season finale. So it's a pretty big one. How is the atmosphere going into this?
Very positive, honestly. I mean, from my side, 2 events ago in Shanghai, I got another pole position, but my first podium on the same day. And I felt like I really turned a corner there in my understanding of Formula E racing, especially the modern Formula E racing, as we like to nickname it, like this kind of pack racing element. I think it's fair to say a lot of guys up and down the pit lane probably didn't quite know how to make the most of those races.
Yeah.
I would put myself in that section actually. And then, like I said, in Shanghai, I felt like I really turned the corner. Qualified very well in Portland again, and unfortunately just got taken out of the race in both races by other drivers who got penalties for the incident. So
yeah.
I left the weekend in Portland obviously a bit frustrated because I think I had to get to add points, but the sort of new approach to the racing was working again for me in Portland. So I come here this weekend with the same confidence I went into Portland off the back of that first podium in Shanghai.
And what better place to make an awesome comeback?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had the pleasure of racing at home quite a lot in my career. I was on the Formula 1 support paddock in Formula 2 and Formula 3 racing at Silverstone. Obviously that event's crazy. And then, I've been a part of Formula E in the paddock as a reserve driver for two and a half years before I even became the race driver here at NEOM McLaren. I'm well aware of this event and well aware of just how many fans we get here. It's really cool. I've got friends and family coming down. The very fact that we can all sort of race in London but stay in London, get hotels here. And you can go out for food with friends and family members just around the corner in the city. So it's a very cool event, and I'd love nothing more than to get back on that podium.
It must be really cool having a lot more home comfort, so to speak. I was actually just about to ask you if you had any sort of family and friends. Obviously you said they can come here, but do you see them at all the rest of the calendar? Do you have anyone that travels with you to races?
Not every event, but I had my girlfriend, now fiance.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I had my fiance come. She was my girlfriend at the time, but now fiance in Berlin. My dad came to Shanghai actually, which wasn't planned. So that was quite nice. And then
nice surprise.
Exactly. And then I have, I think, seven family members coming here. Yeah, I feel very much at home.
This track being part indoors, part outdoors, it's a really unique circuit to drive on and something you can't really do with any other type of car. How is it to drive on a track like this?
It's very challenging, in all honesty. We're coming off the back of 2 events in Shanghai and Portland where we were on permanent racing circuits, so a bit wider, a bit more faster, a bit more flowing. And then you arrive here, you've got indoor, outdoor, you've got huge changes of tarmac around the lap, probably like 7 or 8 different changes of tarmac through the lap. We have the new indoor section with the extended Excel Centre. We have new tarmac down there, and it's extremely abrasive, so it's very high grip. And then we exit the Excel Centre around turn 4, and we have extremely low grip. So it's a very challenging. The car needs very different things from a setup point of view around the track, so it's a huge compromise, and then for us as drivers we have to be able to adapt to all eventualities.
Yeah, last year it rained, didn't it?
Honestly, the lowest grip I've experienced probably in a racing car was in the wet last year. On some of the, we have some of the ramps here to get in and out of the centre, and it's like painted, polished concrete, and and when it rained it was really slippery.
Yeah, I can imagine, and it's a true test of who's really locked in with the car and who's able to absolutely yeah. What would you look back on as your highlight of the season?
It has to be Shanghai. Just the day in general, even if I didn't get the pole position on the same day, I probably still would have said Shanghai, but the very fact that I got my 4th pole but my first podium on the same day. Honestly, at the time it was just a huge relief because it felt like a long time coming, like far too long it took me to get that first podium. So it just felt like a box ticked, a bit of weight off the shoulders. But it was still definitely a really special day.
Yeah, kind of like broken the duck a little bit and more can come.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I arrived back in Formula E in season 9 and I got on well with the car straight away. I finished 5th in my first race on a different day, could have got the podium in my very first race. And ever since then I've been chasing it, and it's took me 26 races, something like that, to do it. And it was about time.
I'm sure there's many more to come for you. So. I have one more question. This question's come from a fan.
Okay.
Would you rather fight 10 duck-sized sandbirds or 1 sandbird-sized duck?
Duck-sized sandbirds.
Or a sandbird-sized duck.
Sandbird-sized duck. I reckon I'd go for the sandbird-sized duck because he's still not the tallest man. So If he was 7 foot, my answer might be different, but he's definitely not 7 foot. So I think we'll survive.
See, I'd have gone for the duck-sized
you?
Sam Birds,
Would
but
you?
then
That's
I feel bad because, like,
Yeah, you'd have to hit Sam Bird.
I know. That's what I mean.
Mind you, whichever way you do it, you're hitting someone quite cute.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much
No
for your
problem.
time today.
Thank you.